We are neck deep in our busy season.
We sure are, Jake.
Man.
Yet here we are.
Episode 96?
96. This is 96.
Gosh, guys, you've been listening to us yap for 96 episodes.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, it's been crazy. Let's just, first of all...
How's busy season going for you, Jake?
You know, it's going pretty well. We just started. A fun story, we can actually talk about it now. Mm-hmm. We just surprised Josiah.
Yeah.
So one of our faithful Academy members, workshop attendees, students, Josiah, crazy talented dude. He's come to like
really
every
talented.
Single workshop we've had.
Yeah. His New York edit was
incredible.
incredible.
Been to New York with us.
Yeah.
To Ireland
I think
with us, Utah.
3 other workshops.
Crazy. So he booked for a few months, we offered an associate package. We did, do you want Jake and Nate, the founders, or do you want associates for less money? And forever ago, we offered it for a few months, and he booked us in those few months, and he booked the associate package. And then 2 years went by, and he had to attend all these workshops. And then we're like, you know what would be really cool is if we surprised Josiah and showed up. So we had our friends Dallin and Sam act like they were showing up to his wedding. They were on the Zoom calls. They did the consultations.
Mostly Dallin.
Let's just say it how it is. Dallin really went above and beyond. It's in the group chats, made Josiah and his bride convinced he was showing up. And then we knocked on his hotel door in Detroit and said, it's us. So that was the start of our busy season.
That was.
And then it's just been nonstop since then.
Yeah, I was really impressed by Detroit. We enjoyed our time
Loved
there.
it.
We were just walking around. We had our first Coney Island dog.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Compared Lafayette to All-American.
Yeah.
What else did we do in Detroit? Went
We
to the
just ate
Gray.
well.
Yeah. What was that place? Gray Ghost or whatever?
Yeah.
Really good food.
And then the next weekend, last weekend, you guys, we had a crazy week where we were associate shooting. I'm sure we can say this for the Rev, which was crazy fun. Always a good time. And then while we were doing that, we hired our associates to go shoot a wedding in Telluride, which they killed. And can't wait to talk about that and give them some love.
Yeah.
And then this weekend, we're going back to Napa.
Going back to Calistoga.
4 Seasons with a great couple. So excited for them.
Are we going to be rocking the bow ties this week?
We're rocking the bow ties.
We're going to be rocking the bow ties.
I hope so. I hope it's crazy. I hope so. I asked the planner.
I mean, it's a pretty high fashion.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think we should rock the bow ties.
And then next week when we went back to Colorado, it's just
we're kind
California,
of,
Colorado, California,
which I'm not mad about. I really, really like it. It's an easy flight for us. It's an hour.
It's a good split.
Either way.
Colorado, we're driving.
That's true, which I can't wait for that. We got Sam and Dallin in the car.
Yeah, you guys. So Nate and I, we booked 2 weddings. We're taking Sam and Dallin. We're driving to Aspen together, and then Nate and Sam are splitting off to go to Steamboat to film a wedding with one of our favorite planners, while I go to Aspen with Dallin to film another wedding with one of our favorite planners. And then we're going to meet back up, edit, and then drive home.
Man, we're really excited because it's going to be, I don't know, you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff on socials. Like you're going to see Runway Vows just posted a Steamboat edit. Oh, but they also posted an Aspen edit. Oh, Crazy. But here's another like Calistoga. We're just, as you said, neck deep.
Crazy.
And something I've really been thinking about is I need to figure out how to travel better.
I agree, actually.
I got to figure out how to make it just not ruin my life Monday through Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because you get back and you're just, I'm dead on Monday.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, Wednesday, you're kind of catching up. Thursday, it's like, dang, I got to pack, get ready to go.
I need to figure it out.
Same.
So that I can keep my wife.
I need to
because I feel like you got a good system going. You like to decompress on Mondays.
Yeah.
Do the plunge, which we did this cold plunge my first time.
Jake
Crazy
rocked
good
it.
experience.
Jake just ate that thing
Had a
for
good
breakfast.
time.
Got in that cold plunge, didn't even.
The sauna was the hardest part for me.
The first sauna is brutal.
Because
you're just
the cold
dying.
plunge, you're just focused on like surviving. The sauna, it's like
Just
a
the
mental
low
thing,
burn
and I'm
for
just
20
like,
minutes.
I want to die. So you have a good system on Mondays. For me, my Mondays have always been my best day of the week. Like it's the start of the week, I feel refreshed. But then like it's just not healthy because then I go like on Monday, I just work all day Monday trying to catch up.
Monday through Thursday and then Friday through Sunday.
But then I never give myself a day.
Yeah.
And then that happens for 2 weeks in a row. After 2 weeks, even just 2 weeks of not giving myself a day, I'm just like, I feel it.
Yeah, same. And I think we always tell ourselves like, okay, I mean, we can do this for 2 months, which is what we do. But then we're like, we're not going to do anything in December, nothing in November.
My November just filled up.
Yeah, November's filled just like that.
It was open a week ago.
Yep.
2 weeks
and
ago.
I think we just never, ever give ourselves that month. Like right now, I'm telling myself like December,
No, we're saying no to anything. No, I mean anything, Nate. Unless
I'm gonna clip this.
Unless
there's the unless.
unless
There
no,
it
you know
is.
what? Anything. I am anything.
I doubt it.
You can't pull me away for anything, except if it's like a massive celebrity wedding that we get to do for our brand, or it's a 6-figure contract with some hotel. That's it. That's it.
I'm done.
Give me the month.
Yeah.
January's filling up.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. I'm really excited about December though. I'm really excited about this end of the year stretch. I really am.
I am too.
I'm looking forward to just being dead the next 2 months. But looking back and just saying like, dang, we just did a lot of good work.
I do want to travel better.
I do too.
We started traveling worse, you guys. We started traveling with the six bag and an added Pelican again.
Yeah.
We got to consolidate those into somehow one. I got to figure out how to fit the Pelican in the six bag. The lights.
Yeah. I'm sure there's like compartments. Do they not have like compartments?
The
that
thing
you can
is,
slip
the way
in
we
there?
travel with the sticks, it's exactly 49 pounds.
Oh. So do we just eat the cost and pay the extra $100? Go overweight?
Would be nice, not the Pelican.
The Peak Design tripods were perfect until they weren't. Like the fluid ball head thing just really sucks. They're nice for traveling, but
Yeah,
I
the
think
pint is hard to travel with.
the Pinta. But here's the thing, like,
But once you're there, you're happy.
yeah, once you're there, you're happy because like just think about the speeches. People are always walking around now, and it's so nice to have that fluid
It
head.
is nice.
You just kind of pan back and forth, and it looks great.
I don't think we need two. I think like it's great to have
It's great to have one
to
at
carry
least.
two of those around. Those are massive.
But no, they're great to have once we have them there. But traveling with them really sucks.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Because after this season, we'll have a whole new perspective on traveling, on business, on weddings.
We're gonna redo our whole travel course.
We'll probably completely change our opinion on everything.
Yeah. I'm excited though.
It's gonna be a great
I'm
2
excited.
months, you guys.
It is.
Stacked. And sadly, no job shadows are coming out of these next 2 months because we are already at our max capacity and we have a workshop in the dead middle of this crazy time.
Yeah.
And we just found out we might be going to Spain at the end of October.
Yep. And then possibly Newport. Well, no, probably won't happen.
Man, actually, a lot's changed since we last talked to you guys. We signed with an agency.
Yeah. I was
We,
trying to decide if we should talk about that or not. Because
we're going to
some people have
Kindred.
questions.
What else we did? Something just happened.
Agency, Kindred.
Going to New York.
For the agency.
Getting our headshots taken by Short Stash. Yeah. Those better be good. If those aren't good, that's my final straw.
That's it.
And it will have nothing to do with Short Stash. Anyway, let's get back to the meat of this podcast. Welcome to episode 96. We're excited to have you. Thank you for catching up. Thank you for listening to us just debrief. After our trips, Nate and I just like don't even talk except for business things. So we really get to just sit and just be like, how you doing?
How you doing? You surviving? Good.
How's the season going for you? Oh, man.
Things at home okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Jake, today we got some looking intensely into the camera.
Things are
it's
great
an
at
injury. Today we're going to dive back into the Written by You series.
Okay.
We have a lot of submissions. We're going to try to, take a swipe at
People
them.
loved Courtney's episode. You guys really ate that up.
Yeah, they really like Courtney.
Yeah.
It's hard not to like Courtney.
We'll bring her back.
Yeah, we want to bring on Courtney. We want to bring on a couple other photographers and planners. If you guys have any suggestions who you want to bring on, just let us know.
Gotta have the Canadian girls on before the year's end.
We do need love and lore. Yeah. Yeah, we do. Kayla and Brooke, we need them. But also, like, when you suggest people to come on the podcast, guys, like, there's a lot of podcasts. Well, I guess they're kind of dropping a little bit.
Like flies.
They're dropping. I mean, there's a lot of great educators in this space, but they've been on multiple podcasts. And so we want people who maybe haven't been on a lot of podcasts. Like, you can go and find Matt Johnson on other things and channels, and he's got great stuff. And Justin Porter. Talk to us about the people you haven't seen.
Should have J-Mac on.
We'd love J-Mac.
Also want to have Kalen on.
Kalen would be fun.
It'd be so fun.
Kalen would be good.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Anyway, written by you.
Let's hop into it. Okay, I'm going to tackle the first one here.
Okay.
This one is from a videographer. Awkward moments is the category. Here we go. I was filming the couple during cocktail hour, and in the background we hear Fetty Wap, Cardi B, and Megan Thee Stallion from the speakers. There's kids under 10 at this wedding.
Great songs.
I don't see any issue yet.
Man, there is nothing that makes me just... It's so good.
There are kids under 10 at this wedding, and the couple is searching for the coordinator to tell the DJ to change the song. The DJ was in the reception tent, kind of far from the cocktail hour. After a few lines of some explicit lyrics, music was finally changed.
Boo.
No, this reminds me. I think that's great.
What's great?
To change the song.
Also, why are there kids at this wedding?
Couple things to unpack here. We were filming a wedding a while ago with Emma, and it was in Mexico. And it was in Mexico.
Core memory of mine.
It was in Mexico, and we're sitting there, and there are kids at this wedding, definitely under 10. They have their whole table. There's probably 15 kids there.
They have their own table.
And a burlesque dancer comes out.
If you guys don't know what burlesque is, Google it.
Don't.
Incognito mode.
Burlesque dancer comes out, and it's our first time filming it, but we kind of know what burlesque dancers are known for. We just don't know how far it's going to go.
Nipple tassels only.
That is the only thing that was left on her by the end of her 2-minute show. And these kids, and we're just jaw dropped looking at the kids' table, and these kids are just, we're like, oh my
Best
gosh.
part is somebody after, in one of the speeches, made a comment. What'd they say? I don't know, but we were all like, man, those kids now know there's more to life than Fortnite.
Yeah, I think anytime for my wedding, I remember the DJ did reach out and they said, do you want explicit or non-explicit? And we just said, yeah, just keep it clean. I don't know if that's standard or not.
I don't know. Here's my thing about don't choose music. Like, you wouldn't play Eminem clean.
Right.
Or,
any rap artist.
Because you want to sing along. You don't want to be interrupted. So, like, if you want to jam to a song, pick songs that, I'm not a huge fan of filtered music. I think it just kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
Give it to me raw. At least lyrically. Anyway.
Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion. Fetty Wap, Cardi B. I wonder if there was Nicki Minaj. You would have been vibing, Jake, with some Nicki.
Nicki's my girl.
You should see Jake hit the dance floor when Nicki comes over the speakers.
No one ever plays her at weddings.
No, they definitely pick Cardi B more, I'd say.
That's funny. All right, I can't find these stories. What one did you read?
I read the top one. Says I was filming the couple.
The Lutheran one?
Yep. The Lutheran Church.
And forgive me, I'm not very familiar with the Lutheran world. I'm vaguely familiar, but this story is about Lutheran churches. Okay, so we were recording a wedding in a Lutheran church that had a full Lutheran liturgy. Liturgy? Basically a full service. The ceremony was supposed to start at 1 o'clock, and the couple was doing a first Bible read instead of a first look, and it was at 1:02. The pastor comes in, barging in, saying they need to go right now. The maid of honor said it's the bride's day, and they can be a couple of minutes behind. The pastor responds saying this is the Lord's day, resulting in the groom looking at the bride and just stopping mid-sentence. Then we get to the service. The entire party, including the bride, walked down the aisle as a big clump with almost no warning. So we almost missed that. They do some intro regular wedding stuff. Then they all sit fine, and the pastor begins to go through the service. As I'm recording, a groomsman comes and tells me that the pastor doesn't want any of the service recorded or photographed. Someone tells my wife, who's also videoing, the same thing, but they tell her the bride and groom don't want it. Either way, someone doesn't want it. So for the next 75 minutes, myself, my wife, and the photographer got paid to sit in the back of the sanctuary, playing on our phones the entire time.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Wow. I mean,
Sounds
here's
like
my
a good
thing.
time.
Yeah. I am not stopping my camera for anyone other than the planner or the bride.
Yeah.
I don't take anything anyone says because none of them are paying me to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But if the person paying me, the bride or the planner, comes up to me and says, you cannot record this, then I listen. But if it's some uncle or a bridesmaid or a pastor, I'm going to say, I'm here to do a job. And until I hear it from the bride or the wedding planner who represents the bride, I'm still going to do my job. Period.
I agree. No, I agree. It's whatever the planner says.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about
Lutherans?
Actually, that reminds me. The wedding we filmed in Detroit was a Methodist
Yeah, good time.
ceremony. Fantastic.
Gosh, we need more
Such
of
a
that.
fan.
I need more of that in my life.
They were just walking into like the vibiest,
It
like
was
jazzy music,
also
and everyone was just
normalize applauding during the
it
bride's
was
entrance.
great. Everyone was going crazy.
And dude, the bride comes in, everyone stands and just like, why is it so silent? Like,
Yeah.
clap.
Yeah,
It
people were
was
just
so
hyped
hype.
up.
Oh, I loved it.
Best part of that ceremony, and I know you agree, is
Oh,
when the
that
pastor is just
a woman.
you are. He
Yeah, that
talks
was-
about Josiah, and then he starts talking about
He goes on this rant how powerful women are for
Yeah,
like 5
like,
minutes, and he's just,
you are.
oh,
You cook, you clean, you take care
Yeah,
of people, you
you
do
the
this,
kids,
that,
like,
this. The kids, and he does like 10, 20 things.
you
on
have
the
the
list.
harder job.
And then he does, and he said, and that's just Josiah you're taking care of. He says like 50 other things, and then he just says, and you can do all that because you are a woman. And everyone
so
just,
empowering.
everyone just
Gosh.
went hype. I got goosebumps
Oh,
during that
same.
moment. It was just so empowering the way he said it. I was like, dang, we need more.
It was every
ceremonies
bride
like
needs to hear that
Methodist.
speech. That
Yeah.
was beautiful.
It was hype. Anyway, what I was gonna say, Jake, what do you feel? I guess what's your reaction when someone says like it's the bride's day, just the bride's day? How do you feel about that?
I agree.
Okay. Okay.
I agree. Do you disagree?
I disagree.
Yeah. I thought you would.
Yeah.
Oh, is that your cup?
This is my cup.
Oh, the one at my house that was yours. It's just sitting on top of my fridge.
Oh, good. Yeah, this is mine.
Great. You disagree?
I mean, in theory, it's great, right? It's the bride's day. You know, she's looked forward to it her whole life. It's the bride's day. But like, I don't feel like that should be the Uno beat everybody card.
What if it's two grooms? What?
Valid point, Jake. Really thinking
Whose day
there.
is it?
Really putting on the thinking cap there. No, I just like I think I think more and more as social media has progressed, more guys are seeing wedding stuff too, and more guys are more invested in the wedding. Like, hey, I want to be with my boys, smoke some cigars, maybe get this shot, whatever that. I get it that it leans towards the bride more, but I think it's wrong to just say it's the bride's day. What about the groom?
You're right. It does. I think it's just kind of part of this whole anti-men thing going on right now. Let's get really political for a second. No, I think. Well, I mean, happy wife, happy life.
Right.
is
It is the dynamic. I mean, if the bride is happy,
If you disagree with something on your wedding day,
right,
with
it's the bride.
Kayla?
Yeah, the bride. It's the bride's whatever she says.
you should side with Kayla.
It is. If the bride is happy on the wedding, everyone's happy. So that's why it kind of is. You know, it's the bride's day, but I don't think that should just be the, trump.
You
all
shouldn't
card.
be an afterthought.
No.
Yeah. No.
I'm thinking of a very recent wedding.
This next story was submitted by a videographer. Friday's wedding was one for the books. 400 guests and absolutely nothing went to plan from the moment we arrived until we packed up at 2 a.m. The highlight was definitely the reaction, though. The highlight was definitely the reception, though. Visually stunning, but completely unorganized. Dinner didn't start until midnight. The planner and her assistant were trying their best, but the venue was understaffed. No music, no speeches, just 400 hungry guests waiting and waiting and waiting. At one point, we saw guests rolling out of the kitchen with carts full of plates to feed their own tables. People literally cheered when food finally reached them like it was a wedding miracle. The clients begged us to stay later because dancing and partying didn't even start until after midnight. And of course, the cherry on top, we still haven't been paid. This one tested all of me and my wife's patience, communication, and adaptability muscles. Safe to say we learned a lot.
I want to say we maybe have read this, but even if we have, I do want to point out something. At what point is it charity work to stay after? Because I mean, you and I, we've stayed after hours to capture something like an after party or a send off or whatever. When do you start charging for staying after?
I'd say I just think it's so easy to just be like, yeah, absolutely. Like, here's our hourly rates. How late do you want us to stay?
Yeah.
Just put it back on them. Like, I think it's such an easy approach to just say, can you please stay late? It's not your fault it ran late. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to mention that. You don't have to say, well, our coverage is, like, you don't have to explain any of that. Yeah. You can just say, absolutely, our hourly rate is this. Mm-hmm. How late do you want us to stay?
Yeah.
Like, no, just put it on them.
Yeah.
And let them just decide. You don't need to make this whole like, well, like it doesn't matter that you were late. It's just like, just ask them. But then if it's like a moment where you're like, you know what? Again, everything's so case by case. If it's like a moment where I'm like, you know what? Today was just like an awful day.
Yeah.
It really didn't go very well.
Yeah.
I'm feeling charitable. Sure. Or it's like the planner's like asking, I'm like, you know what? The planner will remember that I came out. I went the extra mile for her clients for free. Mm-hmm. She's going to pay it forward, I bet. No.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think a lot of videographers and photographers, for that matter, just creatives in general, we almost feel bad for charging money face to face when it's, time to confront somebody. Like over email, sure, yeah, I charge this. But when someone says, hey, stay, we have a hard time putting boundaries. And yeah, I think that was just really easy for us to start saying, great, we can stay. It's an extra X amount of money for an extra hour.
I remember Alicia from De La Planning.
Yeah.
At River Bottoms Ranch at the welcome dinner, the clients were wanting another hour.
Yeah.
And so she came up to us and I was like, oh, we can go talk to them. She's like, no, I got it. And I said, what's your rate? And I said this. She said, great, I'm going to go tell them.
Yeah.
She just didn't want that conversation to happen between us and the client at all.
Yeah.
She just wanted to make it easy, which is also a huge reason we signed with Forma. Just like remove that awkward money talk.
Yeah.
Make it just this very easy business transaction without any personal feelings involved.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right.
I think we read that one, the next one.
Roughly an hour, I'm sure the ceremony. You're not going to believe this. The imam. I think we did. I remember the imam. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we read the next one because I remember smoothingly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we read for the Canon R6 one.
Okay.
Okay. This one's from a videographer, Vendor Nightmares. I was filming for a studio. They wanted 4K, 60 FPS all day, shooting on a Canon R6. During the ceremony, the camera overheated and turned off right after I pronounce you husband and wife.
Yo, that just sucks. There's no way around that.
Hasn't happened to me before. I should have switched it into 1080p, but in the moment I was so paralyzed that I acted like everything was normal, but internally I was freaking out.
Why do they want it in 60 frames for the ceremony?
Well, I was about to say, anytime this story is preluded with I was filming for a studio or...
It's never been a good story.
It's never a good story. I feel like they're just, run of the mill, don't know what they're doing.
Never.
Don't film speeches in 60 frames.
No.
Ever.
No.
There's no reason to.
No.
And it's not even
or first looks, Kaylin.
And it's not even like one of those like creative, like cranking the shutter, for example.
Yeah.
Like we used to say,
it's just wrong.
We used to say like, crank the shutter in 60, but don't crank it in 24. Well, even that's not right because we crank it in 24 now sometimes too. Peaky Blinders cranks it in 24 during the fight scenes.
Films do.
Yeah. But this
One
isn't one of those.
Shouldn't be a war film. Sure.
But this is not one of those creative
it's just wrong.
decisions.
audio will drift.
It will drift. If you have an hour-long ceremony and it's at 60 frames and you try to match it with your audio that's in 24, it's going to be off.
Stop
halfway
shooting
through.
for studios, you guys. We get these DMs. Sorry if I'm offending you here, but we get these DMs from people saying like I'm so. They start off just it's a quick paycheck, right? Oh yeah, I'll freelance for a studio. Sure, I get that. I get the appeal. But then out of nowhere, you're a year or two later, and you're doing it, and you have nothing to show for it. You have no portfolio. You can't use any of the footage, and oftentimes, that studio tanks, and you're attached to it. And so then you're like, well, I want to do my own thing and make more money. It's like, well, you've spent the last 2 years just crippling yourself, building no connections because you're non-compete clauses. You can't use any of that. You don't want any of that. So it's just like you've gained some hours,
Right.
but nothing to show for it.
Nothing.
So just don't do it.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to do it sparingly and spend all your time. I think shooting for studios is just still the safe route. I think people are still scared to jump into entrepreneurship and owning their own business. And so it just seems like the easy, like, yeah, I don't have to do the business. I'll just shoot for people. You'll be so much better off starting your own brand and then finding filmmakers, not studios, who need help. Second shooters, associate shooters, who only use a few people at a time, not mass studios.
Right.
Like find yourself a Runaway Vows or find yourself a local who's like, I always need second shooters or third shooters or lead shooters, but they don't do it big. They just have a small handful.
Yeah.
Those are the people you should be shooting for.
And I do want to draw a line in the sand between studios and agencies, because I could see where someone would be like, you guys just signed with an agency. It's like, that's not a studio. It is a different thing. An agency is not a studio. Studio is someone who has a brand and they might book 300 weddings a year, and they send different they send different shooters at every single one. There's
And
no
they find those shooters the week before.
Right. There's no continuity and style. It's just they're just trying to book as many people. An agency is just basically a community of photographers, planners, videographers. They hire your brand and they take things off your plate, help you get in the right circles, things like that. So just wanted to delineate those two.
Yeah.
But I agree. Stop shooting for these studios. I get it if you just want a quick paycheck, but have an exit plan as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Start doing your own thing.
Yeah. Just find people who need your help, you guys. They'll also pay you better. If you, for example, if you come to us, I'm not saying we're hiring, but I'm just saying, I know for a fact, and it's not because of the caliber of weddings, even if we're charging half of what we charge now, the caliber of weddings we shot even a few years ago, we pay our second shooters more than these studios pay their leads. All to say, you can make better money if it's just about money, finding videographers in your area who need help tackling weddings more than studios.
I agree.
End of rant. All right. I'm going to skip to...
I'm deleting ones that we've read.
Just saw the second shooter one. Let me find it.
I wanted to ask a question about second shooting.
Yeah.
It should be second in the list now.
I want to ask a question about this is from a videographer. I want to ask a question about second shooting because I've been listening to the past 6 episodes on repeat because of the valuable information in them. Wow.
That's crazy.
Which
Really?
episodes?
Yeah. Can you point those out to us?
I contract with a company that services certain areas in Western states. Don't want to single them out because it's actually helped me build a really solid portfolio.
Crap.
Ignore everything we just said. Well, it sounds like you had to keep the footage.
What are the odds?
It sounds like it was a different agreement.
Okay. Yeah.
In fact, this might be more of a company than
Like a studio.
Yeah. A lot of connections to further my own business with different vendors. But essentially, they have hubs of photographers and videographers that sign up for weddings on days throughout the year. I have seen their packages and pricing, and the company takes half of what the couple pays. The other half is distributed between the photographer and videographer, so we are essentially getting a quarter of what the couple pay. Now, this also comes from me wanting to upgrade my music service, and this company has access to Artlist, MusicBed, and 2 other sites. At what point should this company only use one website so that they can also compensate the creators better? because right now I'm getting paid a second shooter rate to represent this company at the wedding that I'm shooting. Side note, this is supplemental to my own business along with my own bookings. But the nice part is that they do include an initial contract that states there's no non-compete and that we do have the right to the footage as much as the company does.
Okay.
I hate this argument.
Yeah.
It's that same thing, and you guys might give me some heat for this, for being pro-capitalism. I don't care. It's that argument where people say that the pencil maker should make more
than the guy who started,
or the Amazon delivery driver should make more than Jeff Bezos. And I just think it's the stupidest argument in the entire world.
I do too.
And I'm making an extreme to come back. Let's just use Bezos as an example. Bezos wasn't born a billionaire, right? He built Amazon, his idea, over the course of 30 years. My dad remembers when Amazon used to be a bookstore. Like, it used to be just this tiny little bookstore, right? Like, we see, and same with Howard Schultz from Starbucks. Like, people hate him for being a billionaire and paying the baristas, to pull coffee all day. It's like, well, they didn't make Starbucks, right? This company is paying. They're not just paying for your second shooter. They're paying because they got the client. They did the consultation calls. They handed the contracts, the services. They're editing everything. They're ingesting all of it. They're paying for the storage, the music sites, Honeybook, taxes. They're paying for all these things. Travel. Coordination. Yeah, figure out how to get you to that wedding, dealing with the planner, the timelines. They're doing all of that. You're showing up as a hired camera.
Yep.
You did nothing to earn that wedding other than be a great shooter, which is great. But I think that's where it starts to you start to get that like ego of, I deserve more, when in reality, you don't.
Right.
If you were out there getting that couple and competing with that company to get that couple yourself, then that's why you can make more. That's why they get 50% and you get 25%.
Next story.
Sorry, it's not a stupid.
No, I agree. No,
I'm calling the people who argue about Bezos and Schultz stupid, but that's the same principle come down to this. To answer your question at the beginning about second shooting, you're being paid, in my opinion, very fairly to get 25% of a booking price for just being a hired camera.
Yeah.
You knowing their pricing doesn't really matter. For example, I'll use this as an example. In the spirit of transparency. So let's say we pay our second shooters, it ranges from $100 to $200 an hour, depending on, honestly, the job description.
Budget,
let's just say for the numbers, we pay our second shooters $100 an hour for a $10,000 booking, right? We're paying them $1,000 to do a job.
Sometimes 15 if it's
sometimes 15
if it's day before.
And you could think, well, the budget's $10,000. And it's like, yeah, but like your hourly rate is your hourly rate. It shouldn't fluctuate because your employer is making more money.
Right.
You're doing the same job whether it's at a $10,000 booking or a $30,000 booking. And so where it raises is like we just booked a almost $30,000 booking for next year, 3 days of coverage. The hourly rate stayed the same for the shooter we're bringing on, but they're making way more because it's more coverage. So even though the booking was way more, our profit margins didn't really change. All to say, and I think I'm being a dead horse here, just because you know how much the company's being paid doesn't change the fact that you're still performing a job. Right. So whether you're pulling coffee at Starbucks or at a private club, one could argue the skill is the same. Well, I actually completely disagree with that.
Have you ever tried to pull an espresso?
No, I do think like at a certain point, luxury and professionality makes up a difference. But in this case, I think 25% is more than fair.
And
they should be paying you less.
To be fair, it does sound like this question was asked in sincerity. It's not like I deserve more because I'm doing.
I kind of just got a lot of bottled up things come out.
These are like therapy sessions for Jake, and so let me wind it back here.
That'd be great.
I think first of all, I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
It drives
almost
me
everything.
crazy. And that's why I just can't read comments on social media because the disconnect between someone who owns Amazon and an Amazon driver is crazy. Like, you don't, there's no connection.
Don't get me started on the Bezos wedding. People were up in arms. And if you ask anyone in Venice, they were so grateful to have a billionaire come to their city and boost their economy. Those florists were paid better than they've ever been paid before. And they're so excited for the business, but then everyone online is like, we don't want billionaires here. It's like, they actually do.
Yeah. Get off social media.
Get off social media.
So there was one part during this question, I guess. It just said, let me try to find it. Wow, now I can't find it. Basically, when he said, what could they do so they could pay their creators better? He wanted, or he or she wanted to know what this company could do, because it sounds like they have MusicBed, Artlist, and a whole bunch of sites. At what point should they stop spending money in those areas so they can pay their creators more? And I think that's wrong to assume, going back to basically what you said, is they have zero obligation to pay the creators more. But you as a creator, you have every right to say no. If you feel like you're not being paid enough, don't take the gig.
Yeah. Don't work at Starbucks if you don't want that hourly rate.
Exactly. Don't do it. Nobody forced you to say yes to this job, so they don't have to pay you more. You should say yes. You should say no, depending on how much they're paying you. But also, they said that they were doing this as a side supplemental thing. They have their own business. I would argue, go all in on your business, and you're going to make more. You'll make up that money and more if you just go all in on your thing. Stop spending your time, fragmenting your attention, your editing capacity, your cute, whatever it is. Like, stop wasting time there. Like, I get it, trying to make a quick buck, but if you're really just showing up to film, great. $300 is better than $0.
You just don't expect them to run the business the way you would run the business when they're asking you to come in as a shooter, not a business consultant. Yeah,
and this goes back to, we've said it before, I think it is absurd that some people think they're worth more than like $150 an hour. I get it. There's some people who definitely are worth more, but the vast majority, $100 an hour, you got to prove to me that you're even worth that, because your second shooting, you're not doing that much. There's no reason why I should be paying you $200, $250, $300 an hour.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're lead shooting, that conversation changes.
Yeah, if you're bringing all your own gear and
if you're like crazy established, for example, at the beginning of this episode, we said we hired Kalen from White and Reverie to shoot for us this past week. He charges more than $150 an hour. And we happily paid it because he is
every time.
White and Reverie is the greatest of all time.
Greatest to ever do it.
So we'll happily pay that. But if someone comes to us and says, yeah, pay us $400 an hour, not happening.
Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's go to last week. I was filming. This one is videographer miscellaneous category. Last week I was filming a wedding at an awesome venue where the owner of the venue was also the planner and day of coordinator. Lots of hats. No horror story in case you're waiting for something to go wrong, but during cocktail hour, let's say the planner's name is Rachel. Rachel offered me something to drink. At first she offered me a Coors Light poured and in the cup with ice. Lots of details. Okay, she offered me a Coors Light poured in the cup with ice. I politely declined and told her I don't drink. She gave that drink to the photographer, let's say his name's Robert, and he drank it. I asked for some soda, and she said that she only had Coke and Diet Coke. Before this, I haven't had a Coke in a long time. They were super generous in giving us some drinks.
What did you want?
They were super generous in giving us some drinks. So they poured a Coke on some ice with a little black straw, and it hit hard. I sighed.
Is this your first time drinking Coke?
I sighed with Jake with my go-to wedding drink now is just a straight Coke.
Nice.
Wait till I tell you it's not even Coke anymore. It's Diet Coke or a Coke Zero. The funny part was that Robert had 2 more Coors Lights after, And every time he went and got himself a drink, he got me a drink, which I was not mad about. Needless to say, I was a little wired after 3 Cokes, but it wasn't really much compared to the Celsius I drink a couple times a month. More of the story, drink more Coke at weddings.
Facts.
Nothing hits harder than a Diet Coke at 7
Want to hear a
p.m.
crazy story.
Yeah.
It was at a wedding, a very luxurious wedding this year.
Was I there?
No. And I was dying. I needed my second wind.
Whiskey.
Hadn't escaped the sun all day. And it was a very luxury event. I didn't want to go up to the bar. And there was no water on the premises.
Whiskey.
And so I walked up to a server and I said I had diabetes and I needed a Diet Coke.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Story.
No, you didn't.
I was like, hey, I have diabetes. Can I get I'm a diabetic. Can I get a Diet Coke? Oh my gosh, yes, sir. I was like, I'll just be in the back so the guests don't see you. She's like, that'd be great. So she gives me a Diet Coke with a glass in the back of the venue.
If you were, I could be completely wrong here, but if you're a diabetic, wouldn't you need regular Coke?
Sure.
Just something full sugar.
Sure. It worked.
Server didn't second guess.
I probably could have just asked for it straight up, but I lied. I don't know why I lied. It was one of those moments I'm like, why did I say that?
You were just
I
desperate.
could have just said Coke.
Jake's an addict.
I could just say I need a drink. You
Sorry.
see how red my face is?
I need
I'm dying.
a Diet
I need a
Coke.
refresher. But man, I was a new human after that.
No, I will say a couple months ago, I had a blue Gatorade in the middle of the day, and it's been probably over a decade since I've had regular blue Gatorade, and I can't explain how hard that hit.
I bet.
Middle of the day, humidity, I'm sweating through my suit. Give me all the blue dye, give me all the red dye, give me all the dyes, and I will
let's take
happily.
it. That's great.
All right, last one, Jacob.
The duo.
Yeah.
My wife and I are a wedding photography and videography duo. We were at our friend's wedding as guests. Bridal party. Stop deleting things. It keeps on auto.
Oh, it's auto doing it. Oh, whoops.
Hold on. Okay. Bridal party, to be specific. When the photographer showed up, she came 20 minutes late, then came to show the bride how dark the ceremony space looked with pictures on her camera. That immediately started to stress out the bride that the photos wouldn't be good. Why would you do that?
Gosh.
That's insane. Adapt.
That's insane. Yeah.
The bride's paying you to
that.
adapt.
You don't do that.
Additionally, they had booked her as a package with a videographer and told the bride, oh, he wouldn't come, so I'll just be doing video, which resulted in her using her phone the entire day for video. Then she said, my flash isn't working, so I'll just fix it when I have a break. Luckily, we had our equipment in the car. My wife offered her flash and went to the car to grab her personal flash with the photographer just to find out she didn't have it attached correctly to her camera. After getting the situation fixed, she spent the rest of the day mentally draining the bride and groom. She had no leadership or planning skills. Pictures were not organized, and they wouldn't have gotten many family or bridal pictures without the bride and groom asking. During the bridal party photos, the bride asked for a specific location, and she said, yeah, but I don't want to have to take my flash off and on, so let's just stay here. She spent most time talking to vendors and sweet-talking guests. The bride and groom formal photos consisted of 10 pictures in 5 minutes, and they had to pose themselves. She mentioned multiple times that she needed to go take a break and was found sitting in the bride's room multiple times throughout the night. To top the night off, she left before her hours of coverage were up and in turn missed half of their dance party, their private last dance, and their send-off. Luckily, my wife stepped in and was able to capture those moments. It was truly disappointing to watch our friends stress about something that should have been the very least of their worries. If you don't know what you're doing, figure it out before you mess up an entire wedding. Lesson learned, always have your gear with you. Also, lesson learned, if you're in the bridal party, you should have said to this bride, do not hire this photographer.
Do you think they knew before?
You should have known. Who are you doing your photos? Oh, do not use them. No, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying.
Could have been, yeah.
Maybe could have been avoided. It sounds insanely unprofessional. I wonder what they charged. Awful to go take breaks.
Probably one of these studios that we were talking about earlier.
I wish they would drop these names.
Man, how clutch to have their gear in the car, though. drop the name, please. As a photographer, you don't, or a videographer, or any vendor other than the planner, your job is to never communicate with the bride about what is not going to plan. Ever. If you're a photographer, videographer, it doesn't matter. You never go up to the bride and say, oh, it's raining. We can't do this, or this spot is dark. Great story, actually. If you do, be a problem solver. You're being paid to solve problems. At this past wedding in Telluride, Nathan George, one of our favorite photographers ever, it started raining in Telluride really bad. And Nathan met with the planner and the video, and they kind of had this powwow, and Nathan just threw out
With the bride.
and everyone was there because team player at this point. Everyone's just figuring out what to do with this wild storm that was rolling through. And nobody was down. Nobody was like depressed about things not working out. And Nathan just said, hey, what if we flip cocktail hour and ceremony? We just do cocktail hour right now. It's going to look great inside the tent, and then we'll do ceremony when it passes. Everyone just, great, let's do it. Bam. He could have easily said, dang, let's just wait it out in our cars or something. It's just solve problems, don't create the problem, especially with the bride on the wedding day.
Yeah.
She's already stressed.
It's so easy to just be a team player and figure it out and to be a yes person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, offer your professional opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, there has to be a line between offering your opinion and just flat out saying no.
Right. There's a time and a place. Like, you don't always.
I'm
want
trying
to
think how I would handle it. Like if it's an inconvenience for you, that's not a good enough reason. Taking your flashback off. What's that?
You should be
just turn the flash off.
You should be a professional. Yeah.
And then taking breaks.
That's crazy.
I don't care who you are.
You
Don't
don't
be in
need
this
a break.
job if you need breaks.
I also just think in this industry, if you're at all ambitious about getting into like the big weddings, you got to learn to not take breaks for 12 hours. You're on your feet for 12 hours.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Promise.
Believe in you.
Also, just put some little candies in your pockets.
Candy, protein bars, get some better shoes if you need to.
Just have like a mini water bottle. They fit in a Suitco pocket. Just have that. Like just be prepared. You know your own issues.
Yeah. You don't need a break.
Yeah.
That's
dumb.
I hate it when people book the photo video package because, they saw some studio. I guarantee this was a studio that just hired somebody. The second she said, I'll film it with my iPhone.
Crazy.
Okay.
It's insane.
Leave. I would rather just have really good photos than mediocre both.
Awful.
Or even bad both.
Awful. You guys, we love listening to your stories. There's a lot of interesting weddings out there.
Yeah, a lot of interesting ones.
And you can always submit yours in the link below.
Yep.
Well, that's all I got.
Next time we're going to be talking to you, we're going to be coming back from Napa.
Episode 97.
97. Okay.
All right.
Catch you next week.
Lay bye.